Hello, welcome to Inspired Life Messages, my YouTube channel. This is kind of a channel that's based on, well, there's some old videos on it that are based on the me that I was before, and the me that I was before that, and the me that I was before that. Anyway, this channel is about all of the me's and all the ways that I've been inspired to take the breadcrumb steps, from one phase of my life and consciousness to the next. And it's also a combination of my work in the world. It's a compilation of some of the writings that I've written as a writer, and I'm a ghostwriter and editor also, and then I am an intuitive life guide and an access consciousness facilitator. So it's kind of a combination of all of the realizations and the stepping stones and the landings and the knowings and the joys and the celebrations and the appreciations and the meaningful nuggets that have come to me over the last 5 years or so. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about me, you can check out my websites, thegiftedghostwriter.com or inspiredlifeguide.com. You can also check out my Facebook page, Jan Edwards, lots of Jan Edwards. So it's got the numbers 5207 after it. So today I've been kind of on a roll with reading pieces that I've written over the last 4 to 5 years. So I'm going to read one today. It's kind of long, but it's pretty meaningful. I wrote it actually April 1st or 2nd of 2020. So it was right after, the pandemic and the quarantine had hit, and it was just my realizations that had been accumulating in me of what this is all about. So I hope it will be inspirational for you. It's not meant to push anyone in any direction of believing one thing or another, but I think a lot of people have been able to resonate with it. So I hope that you do too. All right, so I'm going to look at a different screen. Hopefully I look okay when I'm reading this. If not, you can understand. Just close your eyes and listen. All right, here we go. It's called What's Under the Mask. And I'm actually reading this in March of 2021. So almost a year ago I wrote this. So this pause from life as we knew it, it's a time of powerful transformation. Of course, we all know that by now. But it's not, and it hasn't been for the faint of heart. These times of discomfort and uncertainty and lifting of the veils off the construction behind our images of ourselves and our perceptions, our ways of being, our reasons for doing, images we unknowingly created through the beliefs we agreed to hold. We are seeing more than ever in the history of our species a diversity in beliefs. And yet again, we're seeing a polarizing of beliefs, a duality of beliefs, and the push and pull resonating from our clenching, our disagreeing, and our convincing of our beliefs. One of the commonly held beliefs is that this is a time for many to be able to ascend to a higher place of consciousness or dimension. In my belief, this is an illusion of perception that's only looking through one peephole, one facet of the diamond. Because when you stand back and you look at all the points of view and the whole diamond and all the facets and all the views, the higher up you stand, the more you realize we're already in a fully integrated, multidimensional universe. It's only our thoughts that cause us to be blinded to and numb from, or amnesic, is that a word? To the reality that we all are already in all of it, all connected. There's no prayer, no information, no chant, no embodiment exercise, no shamanic experience, no psychedelic, no healing or energy technique that will bring us to the doorway of awareness to see and know that we are already there. The only action we must take is no action. We must pause the doing, pause the thinking, and get to know the true essence of who we are under the masks we have so artfully designed and donned, though we have not been aware of doing so. Many think or believe, same thing, that they have been forced into living in ways that they don't like, in ways that are uncomfortable. All of us are experiencing an unveiling of some kind in at least one area, major life dynamic area. And these shifts and their effects are, or were, they're still continuing, but are very unexpected, or they take shape in unexpected forms. And the unreadiness and the unknown and the surprise are the potency, the magic, and the gift in these times. We are seeing new life return in places that had been increasingly desolate or out of balance. We are seeing our habits, our routines, and our patterns of thought and action and emotion go through lenses. We have been seeing them through lenses that we have not previously looked in. We are becoming more conscious and aware of what we are doing and saying and wanting and why and how it makes us feel. We are cleaning out spaces. We are clearing clutter. We are releasing excess, and we are finding new satisfaction in the simplicity. We are learning to appreciate at a new, deep level. We are shedding old skins, though most do so reluctantly or resentfully. But there's no randomness here. There's no coincidence. There's no conspiracy. This is not them versus us. This is not about weaker versus stronger. This is not about victimhood. This is about uncovering what we were too busy or too afraid or too conditioned by habit not to know. We are noticing now how our thoughts over time have crystallized into the beliefs we have so strongly identified ourselves with, and we created our experience of life and current reality from them. We are seeing that the state of our world is a direct manifestation and actualization reflecting our collective past beliefs, emotions, thoughts, and actions. This experience is transpiring across the globe because we, as a human species, have been exponentially asking for a shift and a desire to feel better that is so deeply seated within our core that we have not even been aware that we were asking. Many are holding their breath in anticipation of going back to normal. But normal was an image that we agreed to. and then we designed it, and we constructed it by our collective ego thought mindset. And the tighter we hold on to that mask, that belief, those old ways of seeing ourselves and the world, the greater we suffer, the harder we fall, and the more painfully we crash. Holding on to our desire for permanency eventually shatters the dream. Life as we knew it just 2 months ago. Now, keep in mind, I wrote this a year ago. Almost. Life as we knew it wore out its shelf life. It no longer exists, and we will never go back to it. Life will never return to the way it was. It never does. This is our golden opportunity, galactic opportunity, to look at the belief images we have identified ourselves with, the coping mechanisms and habits we have relied on, and the egoic archetype personas, aka the masks we have constructed. The fear and the frustration and the confusion, exhaustion, the sadness, the anger, the guilt, the judgment, or the doubt we are experiencing and have ever experienced is because of our not wanting to know the true essence underneath the masks. All of our working, efforting, striving, goal setting, competing, willing, pushing, achieving, worrying, strategizing, and stressing is from believing concepts about who we should be, from thoughts we agreed to buy from a very young age, in fact, from the womb, before we even knew what we were doing. Thoughts we continue to add to with complexity and layer upon layer during all the years of our lives. We designed this time we have been in, though somewhat unconsciously, actually not somewhat, mostly unconsciously, in our desire to create a new way of being, in a new world, in a new way. We have evolved to a higher experience of our true selves, but we haven't caught up with that. And so we're choking ourselves off, literally choking ourselves off from breathing. This is a time when the veils are lifting, the old perceptions are dying, and we are discovering that what we thought we wanted is not what we want. The ways to get what we want are not actually the ways. What we have been trying to build is not actually what we are really here to build. The mission each of us is here to do is not actually what we're really here to do. And the purpose for our existence is not what we have believed it was. Wow. Who we think we are is not who we really are. This pause, this shift, this transition, this holding our breath, this wearing the masks, this waiting is happening to slow us down this past year so that we have time to transition, time to catch up, time to catch our breaths. We have time to discover our true selves and come out of the darkness, out of the tunnel of thought crystallized beliefs, up from self-induced suppression and dumbed and dulled states of being, away from repetitive, programmed, replicated, regurgitated ways of being. We are tired of that. We are bored with that. Our inner beings are bored with that. We are frustrated with that. We are angry about that because that way of being has exhausted our empty cups in the same way we exhausted and depleted the aliveness of our own universe. This unveiling of the illusions we have been living under, this unveiling of the masks we have put on, is our gift to ourselves. It's time to let go of our efforting, of our scattering, of our distracting, of our suffering, of our victimhood, to shatter our old paradigms and to reveal the true, easy, complete, flowing, beautiful essence and beingness that we really are. Before you ask yourself if you agree with this lengthy perception that I've spilled here, or you want to dump it, ask yourself how the deepest part of you feels in your heart, in your gut, in your soul. What the soul of you knows, what the essence, core essence of your being is resonating with. And then, when you tap into that, think about this. Before you get up in the morning, or before you design your day, or before you step into your routine, or before you write your to-do list, or before you begin your prayer or meditation, or before you run that mile, or before you do the next task and make the next decision, say yes to that person, express that next desire, fill that need in your belly or in your mouth, or have that conversation, or create that next vision. Ask yourself one or more of these questions. Is this next choice, this next word, this next action coming out of habit or routine? Or does it feel brand new and generated from feeling into this present moment? Does this next choice feel like a way of being, way of doing, a way of thinking, a way of feeling that is part of the mask? Am I doing this for myself or helping someone else? And if it's helping someone else, is it in a way that is from my full cup, my flow, and my passion? Or is it from a place of believing that I need to serve, and I need to serve regardless of how full my cup is or how empty I feel? And am I saying this next word, sentence, agreement, out of habit, from the person I have been? Or am I saying this because I have taken the time first to feel the truth of the words before I say them? Is this something I thought I wanted, being in my former bubble, but now I don't really want it anymore? Is this something I committed to, but now I don't really feel resonating with that commitment? Am I doing this thing out of guilt, out of feeling bad, out of desire to please someone else, out of a need to make someone else happy, or out of an urge for someone to have a better appraisal of me? Is this something I had previously thought was part of the package I needed to accomplish? This list of accomplishments and to-dos. But now that package has morphed or outgrown itself. And I don't really feel that way anymore. I don't really like that package anymore. Does this feel like a way of being or doing or thinking or feeling that is part of the mask? Or is it part of who I really am? Is this idea or this choice that I'm making or this action that I'm about to take coming from a place that fulfills me with excitement, with anticipation, with passion, with love, and with energy? Does this feel good to me in a deep, knowing place that fills me with excitement and anticipation and energy? Does this feel good to me in a deep place? Or am I afraid to step into it, even though it feels good? I'm afraid of what new experience I might run into. I'm afraid of what people will think of me. Is this going to fill me or press me down? Is this going to enliven me and inspire me? Does this take me to a place of self-discovery? Wow. Is this helping me be the true essence of myself in the world, even if I don't even know what that is yet? This time we're living in is a gift inviting us to rebirth ourselves, to consciously disconnect from the lifelong programmed, conditioned habits and beliefs and egoic constructs and thoughts. This time is given to each of us to discover the stillness within us, the peace within us. It's given to us to look under and take off the masks and be present to the coming alive of our newly revealed, ever-present, true essence of being. And with that, a quote from Howard Thurman: "Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is for you to come alive." Thank you. Be blessed. You already are. You don't have to try it. You don't have to ask for it. You come from the blessing. You are the blessing. Please reach out to me. Visit my websites, thegiftedghostwriter.com, inspiredlifeguide.com. See you next time.